Jake's on State Street at the south end of the city of Preston. Well, very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome inside here at Preston Gym, as tonight the Preston Indians will take on the Pocatello Thunder. Tonight is game 4 of the district tournament. Preston undefeated still in the tournament. Pocatello with 1 loss, and to their credit. So if Preston wins tonight, they will eliminate Pocatello, and Preston will punch their ticket back to the state tournament, a place where they have not been now in 3 years, but would certainly love to get back to it. Tonight's game, brought to the pregame show, brought to you by Polar Bear Eats. Remember, since 1952, the Polar Bear Eats has been serving up more than just burgers and shakes here in Preston. It's been a cornerstone of Preston history. Stop by and step back in time as you stop in at Polar Bear Eats. They're on the highway at the south end of the city of Preston. So for the Indians, needing 1 win to move up and check themselves into the state tournament, as they'll put their 21-1 record on the line here tonight. And of course, they've won 13 straight coming into the game tonight as well, but don't want to look ahead. You cannot look past this Pocatello team with nothing to lose tonight, as they'll get ready to take on the Indians. Tonight's game brought to you by Northern Title, a trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700. John Slaughter and Lyle Fuller join me here on the pregame show. They'll join us when we come back after this time out here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back here to the pregame show as we come to you from Preston Gym. The Indians and the Pocatello Thunder coming up here in just a couple of minutes, as our news and notes segment of the pregame show tonight, brought to you by Ultimate Power Sports. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at Ultimate Power Sports. You'll find them on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. Well, Lyle and John Slaughter join me here on the broadcast again here this evening, guys. It's nice to be able to check in here tonight, and it's also nice to have Preston 1 win away from going back to Boise.
Yeah, one win away, and whoops, there we go. Fade that up a little bit. I'll try to get it better adjusted. It's like my first time on the air. It's exciting. No, it's a great night. Excited to see some district tournament basketball, and I think Preston's going to come out poised and ready to try to go back to state for the first time in 4 years. The last 3 years, we've been shut out by these same Pocatello Thunder Bison.
Yeah, it's been a great year this year, and it's been fun to watch these guys. That's the sad part about it. This is the last game played at Preston Gym, this year, as if we don't happen to qualify tonight, we'd have to go back to Pocatello. We don't want that to happen, but yeah, regardless, this would be the last game.
Pocatello's a team that we've seen 3 times now this year. We've beaten them by scores of 45-33, 67-54, and 63-31. If you're not quick with a math pencil, that's an average of 18.3 points per game.
Yeah, but that's not something we're going to let put in the back of our minds. We've got to put it out of our minds, actually, because every game is new, and Pocatello is so competitive with us that they'll come out fighting tonight.
Yeah, I think Pocatello will come in loose and ready. They're the underdogs here. They're mostly juniors. There are very few seniors on this team, so they have nothing to lose. I think they come out and give it their best shot tonight, and they'll give us what they got.
Formula remains the same for Tyler Jones. Fast start, good defense.
Yeah, and I'm sure that we'll probably hear that on his pregame thing. But as he talks about this team, you can see a strong love he has for these athletes that he has this year. Especially his 3 seniors. He's brought them up through the ranks, and they are phenomenal. They can understand that feeling.
Yeah, and the last game we saw here at Preston Gym that ended up with a running clock there in that 4th quarter. The defense was really, really good in that first half for the Preston Indians, and they really got after Pocatello. And I think if Preston can play defensively with that same intensity tonight, I really like the Indians' chances of marching on.
Yeah, that last game last week ended up 63-31 in favor of Preston. Preston has now beaten Pocatello 4 of the last 6 games played head-to-head. And overall, Pocatello still with an all-time lead in going back to 2006 when those records were kept. They've won 35 of the last 56 games played overall head-to-head.
Definitely a good program. Even though they have a new coach this year, he's familiar with the program, Coach Gardenia, and he's got these kids playing. He's been doing a great job this year for his first year.
Well, we'll take a time out here. We come back with a few time to step into the coach's corner. We'll talk to Coach Jones coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Somebody over there a little fast on the draw. Welcome back here to Preston Gym as we get ready for Game 4 of the district tournament. It's Preston and Pocatello coming up. Preston wins are on their way to state. As guys, real quick before we get to the starting lineups, we'll get one key to the game from each of you.
There we go. My key tonight is stand up to them physically. You know, they're going to come at us really hard, but without try not to foul out. Stand up to them physically.
Yeah, and I'd say, play hard, play together. Be unselfish and play together tonight. Yep.
Starters being announced for Pocatello: Hunter May, the 6'1 senior; Trevin Williams, 6'1 junior; Roman Sherry, a 6'4 junior. The guy who really makes the team go, a 6'5 junior, is Hunter Cordell. And as we mentioned during the interview with Coach Jones, the pest on defense is Brody Mickelson. He is a 5'10 junior. The lineup tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Lineup tonight for the Preston Indians, the same lineup they put on the floor every game this year. Tripton Beckstead, he was a 6'6 junior, will get a start tonight for the Indians. Reggie Larson will start tonight for Preston as well. Jake Schumann, one of the 3 seniors on the team, will start this evening. Cruz Harris, a 6'4 senior, who has scored in double digits in 22 straight games. And Kason Bryce, the guy with the best hops on the team, 6' junior. And of course, the head coach of the Indians is Tyler Jones. As those are your starting lineups for this evening. And the starting lineups tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1926. Check that, 1925, my bad. This is their 100th year anniversary. Not a whole lot of people here tonight, guys, but I tell you what, the ones who are here, they have come in good voice.
Yeah, and I think it'll fill in a little bit more as we go, but the upper reaches are pretty full. Guys standing around on the balcony. Should be a good one. Those that are here, we'll see a good show tonight.
Yeah, we're probably 95% full because we have a lot of people on the track ups there on both ends. Plus, there's going to be some latecomers too, but this is a big deal for Preston High School, and nobody wants it. Nobody's as nervous as I am, I don't think.
They went to the state title game 6 straight years. They haven't been back now in 3. With a win tonight, they can punch their ticket back to Pocatello and kind of reclaim what really became Preston West. With the way they kind of would go over and take over the town.
Yeah, it was kind of the Preston Invitational there for a while. And you say great support traveling to Boise, but now that the road goes through Pocatello High here tonight.
Larson jumps center against Hunter Cordell, and here we go. As Larson wins the tip backwards in the backcourt as it's back to Schumann. Gets it up into the front court. Comes to Harris. Larson top of the key. Dribbles against May. Throws it over to Bryce over on the right side. Bryce brings it back across the top. Gets it to Schumann on the left side. Left corner, Larson can't get a shot from there. Comes back to in the middle. Down low. Little shot in the lane by Jake Schumann. And Preston will draw first blood here tonight.
There we go, steal.
A nice steal by Bryce.
Poked away. Comes back to Larson. A 3 from the outside. That's good.
There's that quick start that the Indians need to do.
Preston goes up 5-0 here early on with a steal and then the three-pointer. So first possession here goes for Pocatello, and they're already down 5-0, and Cordell loses it out of bounds.
Cordell looking for a foul call on Cruz Harris on a little hip check down low. The ref standing right there did not call it.
Yeah, we saw the same thing. That's exactly what I was going to say. Thanks, Lyle.
Yeah.
Minute gone here in the first. 5-0 Indians on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Up top, Beckstead. One bounce dribble, give it back over to Schumann. Right side, down in the corner goes to Bryce. He'll bring it back out top as it comes again to Larson. Now makes it all the way back to Schumann in the left corner again. Gets cut off by Williams. Bryce for three. Looks good.
Got it.
Good.
You're going to see a timeout here, I think, pretty quick.
Slam and jam, and Kason Bryce got a long three-pointer.
8-0. Preston jumps out quick. May tries to bounce it inside to Cordell. Taken away. Get it ahead to Harris. Cruz all the way. Lay it in. You called it, Lyle. There's the timeout taken by Pocatello. They're down 10-0. A minute and 45 seconds into the game.
Yeah, the Indians are ready to play, and they're ready to go full court all the way.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it here as well. Back after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network. All right, 10-0 Preston, Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. As
there's that fast start, that we talked about in pregame, and Pocatello wondering what hit him. They've not got a shot up yet on the rim the first 2 minutes of the game here.
Right, they've been losing the ball, had 2 turnovers out of that 10 points.
Keller to Williams, back in the corner. It goes to Cooper Keller into the game. Drop it into the post to Cordell. Wants to turn in the paint. Back down low. Gets it there for Sherry. His shot is no good. Cordell can't handle the rebound. Taken away by the Indians.
Yeah, great block by Beckstead that time.
Speaking of Beckstead, here he comes. And flying across is Cordell with the block and hit it out of bounds.
Whole lot of contact. 3 guys splayed out on the floor, and the ref just says, play on. Just play on. There is such a thing as incidental contact, but that was a lot of it.
Cordell took out 2 of his own teammates in that 3 you were talking about. As it comes back to Schumann. Schumann back to the top of the key against Cordell. Driving down the middle, puts it up around Cordell. No, rebound is off to Keller. Keller will push back up in the front court. Gets around Harris. Down into the left corner. It goes there to Cordell. Can't get a shot. Kick it back outside to Keller. Top of the key to Hunter May. Back to Cordell. In the corner, Cordell looks at a 3 and hits it.
Or was that Sherry?
That was Sherry, you're right. 10, not 11, my bad. So Pocatello's on the board.
Right here at the top, Dan. Oh, Kason Bryce for 3. Nope.
That's no good. Trying to fix the computer here real quick.
Yeah.
The offensive rebound comes to Harris. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 3-pointer by Larson from the left side, no. Tip by Schumann, no. As it comes back out, as it comes to May. Here comes Hunter pushing up into the front court. Takes it all the way down into the right corner. Gets cut off. Tried to flick it back outside as it comes back outside to Sherry. Sherry, tip back to May. 3 is off. Williams has the rebound inside. Try to get it down low, and it's intercepted by Bryce. Here comes the Indians again, 3-on-3. Kick it back over onto the right side. Back to Beckstead. Fakes it, doesn't take the shot. Give it to Larson. Take it back down in the right corner again. Back outside to Beckstead. He'll look at a 3. Good.
That's good. Yeah, there we go. We're matching that last 3 by Pocatello.
Yeah, great unselfish play there. Indians sharing the ball, finding each other.
Lead is 10 again, 13-3 on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. As Keller gets it to Cordell at the free throw line. Backdoor look back to Hunter May. Good look. And makes the reverse layup.
Yeah, nice look by Cordell to May.
Another 3-pointer. Larson drills another one. He's got a pair already here in the first half, in the first quarter even.
Well, he stepped into that one with a lot of confidence right on the wing. Nailed it.
Leads 11 for the Indians. Williams on the angle left, wants to drive, lost it, taken away. Schumann has it one-on-one against May. Lost it, they grabbed it out of midair and gets the layup.
He was actually fouled by May going to the basket, but he caught the fumble and went up and got the basket.
And looks at the ref like, really? Nothing?
Keller back out top, back to Sherry. A three is no good, as Larson again has the rebound here for the Indians. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and what is a very furious-paced first quarter. As get it down low on the block to Schumann, get it back to Keller, reverse layup is good.
Nice backdoor. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think I said Keller, I meant Bryce.
Yeah. Bryce with a nice backdoor cut on that last basket.
Preston leads by 15, and Pocatello needs another timeout with 2:46 to play here in the first, as they're going to burn their second timeout of the game. 20-15, Preston leads on the Flying S Thailand Escrow scoreboard. Preston off to another fast start, 20-5, 2:46 to play here in the first quarter, and Pocatello has had to burn 2 timeouts already here in the first stanza.
Yeah, great start. All 5 of the Preston Indian starters have scored. And yeah, Preston's firing on all cylinders early here.
So May has it up into the front court here for Pokey. Bounce it to Cordell at the top of the key. Wants to hand it to somebody. Nobody comes to get it. He throws it back door as it goes to Bracken May, and it squirts right through his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting that as quick as it came. Cordell threw that pretty hard.
Yeah, 3rd turnover already for Pocatello.
First quarter tonight brought to you by Cache Valley Bank, where your life, your needs, and your business all come first. It's Cache Valley Bank with a new location here in Preston. Out top, Bryce holds it up over his head, give it back to Beckstead. A 3 from the right corner, that's no good. As hustling to grab the rebound, pulled down by Cooper Keller. Snap the pass up into the front court, but there's Bryce to get a hand on it and knock it into the student section.
Yeah, Beckstead with a good open look there on the baseline that time. Just couldn't quite get that one to go. The Indians already have made 3-pointers here in the first quarter.
Keller down low. Cordell trying to move people out of his way. Goes around Harris and lays it in. Cordell gets his first 2 points of the game. He's averaged about 17 a game this year against the Indians.
Yeah, he's definitely a force inside there, but Cruz is doing a great job on him.
Bryce up top. Goes to Larson in the left corner. Quickly jump out into a double team as they come into a kind of a floating man-to-man defense. As Larson's 3 bounces out, no good. Cordell has that board. He'll bring it up the floor all by himself, and it knocked away by Larson from behind, and a whistle from behind, and finally we're going to have a foul.
Now that's the first foul after 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, first called foul. and that was a foul. But I'm just saying they haven't been calling it on either side. So
True, good viewpoint.
So ball out of bounds underneath their own basket for Pokey in the front court as they get it in outside. There's May, looks at a 3, that's no good. Tip by Harris, comes off with the carom off to Bryce, who pushes back up into the front court. He'll pull it back as the defenders are back in greater numbers. Gives it off to Beckstead, wants to drive. Back over to Larson in the right corner, back out top now to Bryce again. Now come to Harris, free throw line extended left. Looks down low, lob it in low. Double team, triple team, they kick it back out, back to Beckstead, and a holding foul over in the corner.
Yeah, it's interesting. We haven't seen Nicholson on the floor yet, but I think they're saving him for the second half.
Yeah, I liked how the Indians moved the ball around side to side and made that zone defense kind of a matchup zone, made them move and move and move.
Foul goes on Shane Kennedy. That's his first. That's a good point, John. I didn't think about that Mickelson has not been on the floor yet.
Yeah.
Final minute of the first quarter. Bryce down low to Harris. Harris trying to back in, double team, kicks it back to Schumann, drives off the glass, no. Bryce tried to jam home the rebound. That wouldn't go down for him and comes back out to May again. May goes back to Keller with 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. May in the front court. Down low on the right block, and goes back to Cordell. Turnaround jumper, no, but a foul.
Yeah, that's going to go on Reggie this time.
Well, they got Jake, number 3, coming on the double team. And Jake kind of kicking himself like, darn it, why did I do that? But
so the foul's on Jake Schumann, his first. Hunter Cordell is going to go to the free throw line. And Cordell's first bounces in, and it's good. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ready Support Services. If you're interested in joining their team, visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. 20-8, Preston leads. Here in the first quarter. Cordell's second. That one is no good, and Larson has the rebound, so it stays at 20-8. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Preston has plenty of time as they get the ball back up into the front court. First quarter tonight brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. Comes to Schumann, free throw line extended left. Wants to hand it to Larson now with 7 on the clock. Clock still running down. Harris turns into Cordell with 3, with 2. Back to Schumann to beat the clock, no good as Bryce tries to tip it back in, but it's not going to matter. 20-8, Preston leads after the first quarter on the Flying S Tideland Escrow scoreboard. We'll go to the second coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.